What's up, DJ fan? Welcome to another video on our channel. Welcome to another episode of Start to Spin. My name is Diego, also known as DJ Pretty Boy, alongside my boy Shay, also known as DJ Shay. And together we have decided to start this journey to talk about DJ related content such as product reviews, tips and tricks, trends, and tell our stories as DJs. So whether you're a seasoned DJ or a new DJ just getting started into the DJ world, this is the spot to be. And with that being said, let's go ahead and start this intro.
All right, all right.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode. We're at it again, Thursday, 9 p.m. And today we have a topic that we dragged from last week. It started almost at the end of the podcast, and we just decided to go more into detail and just share our thoughts in regards to what makes a DJ professional or the professionalism that comes with a DJ. And just a disclaimer: this is just our thoughts. This is the way we think, and we might not see eye to eye. But again, we're here to learn, to listen and hear different perspectives. So if you guys have please leave it on the comments. What you guys thoughts about what makes a DJ professional, and all of that. So we're just gonna get started. Go ahead, Shade.
Yeah, so I think to carry on kind of where we had left off and what we were talking about last week is I think we got to the point where it was kind of like, okay, just if you get paid, right? Like my point was that if you get paid, then you should consider yourself that, you're a professional DJ, and then there's certain responsibilities that come with that. And I think at by the end we both were kind of saying the same thing, where it's like, there's definitely levels to it. It's not like, okay, once if you're a professional, then the guy getting paid $300 to do, his relative's party is on the same level as like a Rick Webb or a bar or something like that. There's definitely levels to professionalism. But the way I think of it is that, once you kind of take DJing from a hobby to a professional level where somebody's paying you for a service, I think there's some basic things that you have to be able to give back in return, for just that responsibility of being paid. That's somebody's hard-earned money that they're giving you to do something that is fun for you. And yeah, while it's great that we can do this and earn money doing it, I think there's some few like key responsibilities, and then there's things that you can do to level up your professionalism. And so I'll start with kind of the most basic things that I think you need. Is just as simple as being able to show up, on time. Whenever you talk to somebody, you tell them, all right, when's the party start? When's it end? Showing up on time means showing up, obviously being ready, as long as you're ready when the party starts. But showing up in advance and making sure you're ready to go by the time the party starts. So, if someone's paying you to do something, you got to make sure you're there on time and that you can stay the whole time and complete the job. And then number two, we were talking about this last week too, but it doesn't matter what kind of equipment you have, but your equipment has to be able to get you through the event and kind of be able to fulfill the promises and the expectations that they have for you, that they're paying for. So, like getting into brands and this and that, like, honestly, that doesn't matter as long as you can fulfill the promise, that you're giving the client by accepting their payment. So if it's like, you're going to play music, then making sure that you're able to, have speakers that give them the sound that they need to be able to complete the party, making sure that you have microphones that work, whether they're wired or wireless or whatever, just making sure you have microphones. If you're saying that, yeah, we'll have microphones for speeches, that they work and that you're able to, fulfill the agreement. And honestly, like, those are the two most basic things, so if you're accepting money for something, then you got to be able to hit on those two things. I'm sure there's more, Diego, if you have any others, you can, you add on. But to me, it's like there's those two basic things. And then, yeah, to level up, we'll go into that next. But, those are the kind of the two most basic things I think you need to be able to do once you're in that threshold of making money and being a professional DJ, in the sense that you're getting paid.
Yeah. So okay. So basically, or based on what we were talking last week, I think like the point that got missed, and then at the end we kind of got into like the common denominator was that there is, yeah, when you get paid, you're professional because you're getting paid, but there is like a minimum like requirement to like a like to be professional, and like you just mentioned, because I totally agree with you in that regards. uh Being on time, I can't tell you so many complaints that I've heard from other people saying that, look, the DJ came an hour late and they still had to set up. Like they were supposed to be there at 2 because the party started at 4, but the DJ gets there at like 3:30, and then they're
Yeah.
setting up. They don't have anything ready. Um, your equipment, it's not important what brand of equipment you have, but whatever you have needs to work and needs to be like in good, very good condition. I don't want to say perfect because every machine that you use at one point is gonna be dead, but your equipment needs to be really good and very reliable. And the only other thing that I will add for the basic is you should be able to do problem solving, and by that I mean like have a backup. Because besides being a professional D, that's a smart thing to do in life. You should have always a backup for everything that you do. What's up, Smiley?
Smiley, what's up, dude?
Tell us your thoughts,
Smiley,
man.
Smiley joined. There's some other streams going on right now too. So Smiley's joining us. Smiley, one of the faithfuls, joining us despite the other
Real,
streams going.
real. But yeah, so that's pretty much one of the like the main common denominator that we have. Like there's a base of professionalism, and that is something that needs to be met once you start getting paid.
Yeah,
And like if you promise you're going to be there from 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock, you have to be there from 3 to 9. You can't be calling the client the day off in the morning saying you can't make it. That it's not like, to me that's not professional, and
yeah.
that's the worst thing you can do. Like, you know how much stress you're gonna give the client. You should.
Without obviously, like, stuff happens, or I don't know, something emergency happened. But if you're in that situation, you got to be able to have a backup, right? You're saying like one of the things like problem solving. So you said, yeah, but don't worry, I got one of my friends is coming and blah, blah, here's his website, and here's his Instagram. He's great, blah, that kind of thing. So you have it covered at least.
Exactly. So when if this happens, you're calling the client with a solution,
Yeah,
not with a problem. So you call the client, I'm sorry, I won't be able to make it. However, I am sending someone else that is it's as qualified
yeah,
as me, and their stuff. Here's the information. I already spoke to him. I gave him everything, the itinerary, everything that's going on. He understands. He knows what it is. You know what we're doing. I've worked very close with him, so like give the client the assurance that they're not gonna see much of a difference between me and him. Obviously, we're different. We work
yeah,
different. We do different things, but at the same time, you want to give the assurance to the client. You don't want them to be stressed out just because you can't make it to an event. Mind you, things are gonna happen. I don't know. Maybe like your wife gets really sick or something, and you really can't make it. But you can't just call the client and go ahead and say, "Oh, I'm not making it." Like, no, that's
yeah,
no. You got to find out a solution to that problem, because at first it's not her problem, it's your problem.
yeah.
You don't have to bring it to them such a special day.
Yeah, see, Smiley. These are the people who I'm thinking of exactly, that give DJs a bad reputation. But it's like client's DJ canceled the same day, and they didn't offer any solution. The client posts them on Facebook, and then you reach out to them. Yeah, imagine, like, that's what gives like professional DJs a bad reputation, because it's like people are out there taking payments, or like saying that they're a professional DJ, and then they're calling out, or just not even, sometimes not even showing up on the day of. Like, I don't know anyone that's done that, but like I hear about this kind of stuff on Facebook, or people talking about. So that's why it's like, it's to us it probably seems obvious. It's like, oh well, duh, like, you're gonna show up on time, or you're gonna show up if you but I think it's not, it's not as common in this like this kind of amateur slash like, where it's like the difference isn't very clear, between like people that are amateurs and people that are professionals. But that's one of the things is like when you're getting paid, it's like you that's like a non-negotiable thing you got to be able to do.
Now, based on another word, like just to piggyback on what we were saying, in your case, like, if you can't make it to an event, it's that stipulated in your contract. Like, what happens?
Yeah, I have that in my contract. So I basically there's it has two things. Is one is like you like I'll find a replacement DJ for you, and like I'll do that work, and it'll be within the same budget like that our contract is for. And then the second one is then if I can't find a replacement DJ, then obviously I'll let you guys know, and then I'll give back all the money, including like the deposit and everything. So that, but like I never gotten to that. I never even gotten to the point where I had to find a replacement, but that's how it is in the contract, at least. How about
Okay.
for you?
Well, yeah. So mine's like that. I'll try to find someone else to, because I do have a couple of friends that also DJ, but man, they stay busy because they be doing clubs more. They do
Oh,
clubs and then they do like bars and things like that. So
yeah,
like it's very difficult. 'Cause, like their weekends are always taken. But but I do have a couple of friends that the DJ and that they can back me up if I need to. And I do have it on my contract that if I can't make it, someone else will make it for me. Like I will find a replacement for me that matches with what they want. Because again, that's another thing. It's not just finding someone to save your ass. It's someone that can actually perform for them. Not every DJ is the right DJ for an event, for a specific event.
yeah,
So, like for example, if I'm having a Hispanic wedding, I'm not gonna go and get me a DJ that has no clue in Spanish music, and like I'm not gonna get I have a friend that he's really big on like hip hop and R&B. But he can't do my event because he
yeah.
has no idea.
You have to get
And I'm not saying that he's really good at what he does with his niche of event, and he goes to like clubs and bars for R&B and hip hop. But I obviously I can't get him to come here. So it's not just about finding a DJ. You gotta find someone that will be able to perform as well or even better than you.
yeah, yeah, for
Because
sure.
at the end of the day, clients are gonna talk about it like, oh yeah, he couldn't make it, but however, he sent me this person and it was good.
Yeah.
And you don't end up in a bad position. Also, do you have a time frame in your contract as to like when is the last time like you can say no to it, not to a contract? Like, what happens if you can't find someone and it's like the day before? Is that like when do
Oh,
you tell them?
hold on. I'll answer that. Let's see what Smiley said. Even for quinceañeras, the surprise dance mixes, the coordinator calls me day of or day before an event that the client DJ ended up saying they can't make the mix. So I definitely up my price on it. Yeah. See, I mean, with that kind of thing too, is like if the DJ had said that they were gonna make it, right? They were gonna make the mix, and then all of a sudden they don't make it for whatever, like they forgot about it. Like to me, that's also unprofessional because it's you made there's an expectation, or you kind of made an agreement that you were going to do this. There's some DJs I know that just say like, oh no, I don't make mixes, and then it's like, okay, whatever, like that's known when they sign up. But if the client's expecting something, and then the day before it's like they don't even have their dance mix, how are they going to practice? They're probably going to be up all night now trying to practice their dance so that they can be ready the next morning. So that kind of falls for me under that same umbrella of like, if you whatever you agree to, whatever you tell the client you're going to do, you follow through on that. So yeah, that's nice of you. But yeah, for me, I don't really have like a time frame like that in my contract. It's just kind of general. Like I'll try to find somebody, and then if I can't, then I'll give them back their money. But I like I said, I've never had that situation, but I was always thinking like, if I was, I would be open to, even I would tell like somebody else, the right DJ, that I would pay them more. I would pay money out of my own pocket to get it covered for the client. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
more than what they're paying me, because for me, it's like, okay, that's not going to happen all the time. So yeah, like business wise, that's not a great business move, but it's like, for me, it's more important. Like one, my reputation, and two, it's also like, they're special events. So it's like, I'll pay out of my own pocket to up the price. If it's like, no, I can't do it for, I can't do it for that
Well,
amount. I'll give you more than what I'm even getting paid for it.
me, on the other hand, I think that what you said, it was actually very, very good, because no matter what, the client, you're taking care of your client no matter what, because you're willing
Yeah.
to pay more than what you were supposed to get just to get that covered. And
Yeah.
that says a lot about a professional person. That is a professional thing to do on a
Right.
business.
Right. Exactly.
So
Yeah. So
I totally agree with that. I will have to like, if I charge 2,500 and the DJ that I think that's gonna be the best fit says, "No, bro, I can do it for three," then first of
yeah.
all, it's my fault
Yeah. It's
because
your
I'm not
fault
showing
though.
up. So the
And then that's
500 coming
probably
out of
not
me.
happening all the time, that you're gonna be
Yeah,
that's like a once a every 5 years thing, So it's like, if that happens. So yeah, definitely. I think that's the thing. Like it's like you're not trying to then like, be like, oh no, I can't do it for 2,500, do it for 15, and you're trying to like make a profit on it or do some sketchy like that. It's like, no,
no,
at
yeah,
that
no.
point it's like you gotta do what you can. It's on you. So that's the thing. I think we take it for granted. Is like, yeah, we might have that mindset, but I think, like you hear all these horror stories on Facebook, and Smiley already has two himself. That all this stuff is happening. Is like that's not the mentality that most people bring to the DJing market. So it seems like obvious, but that's why I feel like it has to be pointed out for kind of the basics for professionalism.
I wonder if for Smiley, because it says that the client said, or whatever, they said that they couldn't make the mix, but so he did the mix. Does that mean that he just made the mix and then gave it to the person, to the other
Yeah, I
DJ?
think I think that's what he said. Yeah, definitely. My friend and I DJ together. I think he makes it a bit late since he's a cop as well. Oh, so Smiley's a cop too. Because Smiley stuck that in there, cop as well. But lets the client know that I will be coming early as well.
I,
Yeah,
I don't I don't think Smiley is a cop. He's just saying that his friend is a cop as well as a DJ. So
oh,
yeah, he's not. I don't think he's a cop.
but if he is, that's cool. That's
But if
cool.
it is, yeah, if it is, it's cool. It's cool.
I don't
But
know
look,
any cop. Actually, I've seen this cop that like DJ'd on YouTube, but he was like dressed in his whole cop like outfit, and he like scratching, like going crazy, like in the park. And then all the people walking around the park are like, "Yo, what's going on
and
right
then
now?"
and then you hear, "Young man."
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
No, he wasn't a wedding DJ, bro. He wasn't playing that stuff. He was playing he was
Oh,
playing like some hip hop stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's just like, you somebody has to be there, and it's like, yeah, then the crew shows up and this and that. But
but
um
at least for me, I always tell my clients, if the party is at 2, I'm gonna be there. No, well, if the party is at 4, I'm gonna be there at 1, 3 hours before.
yeah.
I
Well, for a
always
wedding, yeah,
show up
for a
3 hours.
wedding, I'll be there definitely 3,
Yeah.
and then other smaller events I'll do 2
No,
usually.
no.
But
Weddings and quinces, I do 3 hours, and
yeah.
then anything else, I do like an hour and a half, because like my small setup is pretty simple,
Yeah, yeah.
so I can plug everything up real quick. But weddings take longer, because
Yeah,
then
and
I
you
have
want
to
to
do
make
like
sure you don't want to be. I hate it when you're like you set up and then everything starts. It's like I want to set up and then I want to like
relax.
okay,
Yeah,
look
make
at it,
sure that
look
everything's
at
right.
everything, like check everything, and then just like chill for a bit, because
Yeah.
then it's just like it's just too hectic when you're like you set up and then it's like time to go. Like
And
immediately.
I feel that that's something that you grow with, because as we start, we think that an hour is enough, right? Because we have a little stuff. We don't have a lot of stuff when you start, right?
Bro. Yeah,
So, but then you start noticing that, like, your business keeps growing, your equipment keeps growing, it requires you more time. So we went from an hour to 3 hours now to set up everything.
yeah.
So
Yeah, and then it's your stuff. Yeah, your setup gets more and more complex too. So let's talk about that next. So then, okay, that's like the basics, right? But like obviously, professional DJs do so much more than just show up on time and do what they say they're gonna do.
yeah,
So
that's
what
minimum.
so this is all kind of like subjective too, because it's like, this is all, everyone might have a different answer. But what do you think? What do you think is like the first thing, or what do you think are the first few things you can do to kind of level up yourself, kind of up that ladder to become level up the professionalism that you have as a DJ?
To me, the most important one is be able to read the room.
Hmm.
That is key. That is key. Like if you can't read the room, doesn't matter how much you can be matched, how well you transition songs. If you don't know how to read the room, your shit is not gonna work. Period. So the
Yeah.
first thing is, once you want to level up from like this professionalism to like the next level, it's you need to learn to read the room, because by reading the room, it will help you to choose the right songs.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, that's a good point. I didn't think of that as like the first thing, but yeah, that's true, because it's like, as long as, it doesn't matter like what your setup looks like or anything. It's like if you're playing the right music for that crowd, it's like you're gonna be like the best DJ in the world to them. Like
exactly.
no matter how you're mixing it in and out, if you're playing the right, if you're playing the every right song that they want to hear, it's like this guy's an amazing DJ,
Yeah,
automatically, no matter what else you do. So I think that's a really good point. I agree.
yeah. Like, exactly.
Like
So
the most sort of fundamental basic thing.
yeah, I think like reading the crowd, or reading the room, however you want to call it, is the main tree, and then there comes the branches, which is
Yeah,
you be matching, transitioning, be able to do effects, get on the mic.
yeah.
All of those things are
Like
like
DJing wise, yeah,
secondary stuff to where that's the main thing, which is reading the room and reading
yeah,
the crowd. Because again, you gotta keep this in mind. You are not there for your own ego and your own, to play your own music and crap like that. No, you're not there for that. You're there to perform and give the crowd a great time. And you are the manager of that. You need to make sure that the wedding or the event that you're doing, it goes like this, up and down, up and down. I have the little
and then
wave.
on the way up though, up and down, up and down, up.
Exactly, like up and down, and then you start going up, and then down, and like you gotta play with the crowd. You gotta understand the crowd, and that comes with knowledge, and that comes with a lot of events under your belt. You need to pay attention. Like crowd is so important. It's just so important. There's
Yeah,
no point of playing like 5 or 6 songs that you really like, and you have your dance floors like empty. You know what I'm saying? Like what they didn't pay you to play what you want.
yeah, yeah. When especially in private events, it's like clubs and stuff is can be a little bit different. It's like, oh, this guy is performing, so this is the type of DJ he is. It's, and then the night is like around that person sometimes. But it's like, and in private event spaces, when somebody's paying you to come to their house or paying you to go and play for their party, it's like you gotta play whatever their crowd wants.
Yeah, and then as Mother said, definitely read the room and being able to engage with the crowd also helps to hype it up. Exactly. Yeah. So with hyping, that's another way of engaging with the crowd besides your music.
Yeah,
Besides the music that you're using, but it goes hand in hand. You can hype up as much as you want. Let's just say, right, where you're doing a Hispanic event, but you're playing EDM music. They
and
don't
I'm
like that crap.
like, jump.
Yeah,
Everybody's
like your hyping does not go with the music that you're playing. So, or like I'm doing a, I don't know, like an American wedding, and I'm playing all Spanish music, like
you're playing cumbia,
cumbia, salsa, bachata, merengue, reggaeton, all of that, and then
and
they're just like,
you're like,
and I'm like,
vamos.
yeah, vamos, pongan la mano para arriba, and then I'm like, what the hell, like, so
Yeah, no, I think I
reading the
agree. Yeah,
crowd, right? Reading
fundamental.
the crowd goes with that.
That's the
It's very important.
fundamental. But okay, let's say, all right, now let's say you got that down. You got reading the room down. That's always a constant journey. But let's
Mhm.
say, for the sake of our discussion now, you got reading the room down. Now, how else do you level up your professionalism?
Well, your music knowledge needs to get wider. You need to expand your music knowledge because you're gonna get if you're doing private events, you're gonna get people from everywhere. And let's say you're doing a Mexican party, it's not just cumbia and then banda and quebradita and duranguense. It's cumbia norteña, cumbia sureña, cumbia chola. Man, there's like so many subgenres of every single like main genre that
Yeah,
it's crazy. And then you need to know a little bit of everything so you can play for them and perform for them. Obviously, you're not gonna know everything, but like every single time you have the chance to learn a new subgenre, because pretty much it's a subgenre, and be more versatile. It also allows you to be able to adapt to the type of event that you're doing.
yeah.
You
I
know?
found I found that doing those events is how I get. That's like the only way
Mm,
I learn those subgenres, because it's like
yes,
it's hard to be like, okay, today I'm gonna study like cumbia norteña, but it's like why? Like I have no motivation to do that, because I don't have an event for that. So it's like
yeah,
I feel like the best way to do that is if you once you get a book for an event for something like that, then it's like, oh shit, like I got 3 months to learn as much as I can about this genre, and
exactly.
then all that work and all that research you did, you have forever because now you have that whole crate set up from that event. So that's how I
Exactly.
found I've when I've expanded is how is that's the way that only way
And,
I've expanded.
and that's another thing that small parties help you with. Like that's huge because the small parties is where you get to try different things. You get to learn more music because you'll get more requests as a private event, like a small house party or whatever, than you get on a big wedding or a big thing. And yes, Smiley, you're right. That was gonna be my next thing. Your
Yeah, that's a good one.
freaking clothes, bro.
Yeah,
I've
that's a good one.
seen it with my eyes. Whole bunch of DJs. You go to a wedding on like freaking jeans like a regular t-shirt. Like, bro, you are going to a wedding. People spend so much money. Everybody's suit up, and you're
Yeah,
asking jeans and a t-shirt. Like
yeah,
what?
that's a good one.
And then
That's
you
a
wearing
good
a
one.
you wearing a hat, like a snapback hat, like this joints. Like,
Yeah.
nah, bro, you tripping. You can't be showing up to a wedding like that. I went to a quince and the guy had like a freaking Old Navy t-shirt, like ripped some jeans that are beat up. I think he
He's
he
got
just
flip
came out of
flops
work.
on.
And like, no, and he had construction shoes.
Oh my god,
I'm like,
dude.
really? Like,
Eh,
no, bro. Like, suit up
Yeah, at least wear like your.
or a
I even
polo.
that looks tacky, but like even wear at least wear your company like shirt or something like I don't know your entertainment DJ entertainment or something like that
Yeah,
at the
but
least.
I mean, to me, I'm a very high believer in for weddings and quinceañeras, you suit up.
Yeah,
Period. Me, me, and
yeah, yeah.
I tell that's me and Pee Wee. We
I
know
do the same.
every quinceañera and wedding, unless we are told not to. Just like I did, you saw the gig that I did outdoors, that they wanted like a laid back wedding,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah,
she
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
want she didn't want no one. She was like, "Yeah, you guys don't have to dress up. Just wear jeans and a polo." And I was like, "Okay." So that's what we did. But
Yeah.
besides that one, we go like, bro. I seen guests going to a quinceañera in a freaking soccer jersey. What the fuck is in your head, bro? What do you think? It's a quinceañera. It's a high end event.
Yeah.
Are you
Wow.
tripping? On a jersey, bro. Like, okay,
I've
at
never
least
seen
at
that.
least the Old Navy T-shirt on
Yeah.
a jersey. Like, oh my god.
That had to be like a kid,
Oh,
right? That had to be like a teenager.
no, that's the worst part.
Oh
It's
my
an
god.
adult.
That's crazy. That's
It's an
wild,
adult.
man.
Yeah, at least teenagers wear like polos. They wear
Yeah.
jeans and like there's whatever shoes, but
Yeah,
polos.
yeah.
Like another
Wow.
thing, like, and this is I don't know if you've seen it. Probably you probably have, but a lot of like the girls, like the high schoolers, they wear
Mhm.
dresses with like shocks or like regular shoes. Just like,
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I see that.
like
Yeah,
why?
I think that's because they don't even like they're going for comfort. I feel like it's
Well,
a style thing too,
but
but it's also
yeah, yeah, but like don't get me wrong. Listen, walk in
yeah,
professional, like nice.
and
Once
then
you're in,
change.
once the party starts, then take off your shoes and like and dance barefoot. It doesn't
Yeah, yeah,
matter.
they walking
But
in
at least for that and then the ceremony part, show
yeah,
some respect.
the shoes on. Yeah, you just watch a soccer game and rolled up to the party. That's funny, or just played in the soccer game. That's
Well,
wild,
yeah,
man.
maybe. I mean, I didn't see his cleats on, but but he
I think along with attire though, this is when when we're talking about attire. I think another similar to attire, it's also like how your DJ setup looks. Like the aesthetics of your setup. So I'm not saying like you have to have like the flashiest newest stuff, but it's the cleanliness of the setup. Like we talk about like the cable management, not cables hanging down everywhere,
yeah.
your bags all like behind you and you can see them everywhere. So having a nice like clean setup, whatever your setup is, it's everything is nice and clean and organized. And if it shows up in a picture, it's not going to be like, "Ooh, like what the hell is that?" So I think that goes along with the DJ attire, because it's kind of like how you're presenting yourself as a DJ. Also, your whole setup and how organized it is reflects on your like appearance too.
It's part. Yeah, that's your marketing basically. The way they see your setup. There's a lot of people like and I'm talking because it happened to me. It's like been like 3 or 4 times that people have come to me asking for my card, my business card,
Yeah.
before I even start.
Oh
I
wow.
haven't even played, and they're like, they just walk up to me and like, hey, we really like your setup, and I'm like,
From
oh, thank you, appreciate
since
that.
the lavish booth or before that too.
No, 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 no. Sans the lavish booth.
Oh wow.
Well, because I did the lavish booth, and then I did the Maui 44 G2s, and then
Oh.
the majority of them was like, wow, we never seen this type of speakers.
Oh
And I'm
really? From
like,
the
yeah,
speakers.
yeah, and then we never seen this type of speakers. What are they? Like, so I started explaining to them, and they were like, yeah, we really like your setup. Can I have your business card? I'll probably be looking for a DJ for next year or whatever. And I'm like,
That's
oh,
cool.
okay. But in my head, like, you didn't even hear me yet. Like, what if
Yeah.
I suck?
Wow. That's interesting, dude.
Yeah, it's happened to me a couple times, like 3 or 4 times already. So like setup, it's very very important.
Yeah.
At least to the eye, is that it's an eye catcher.
And to guess, that's the thing. Like everyone's used to seeing the big speakers, like black speakers, and then
Yeah.
cables and this and that. But it's like to us we see it a lot because we watch YouTube and we watch all these people. But I don't column arrays aren't that popular like in the market in general.
Yes,
Yeah,
Smiley is right. The clean
clean
setup
setup.
shows you bigger market. Yeah, and also you don't make it to the bad DJ setups on the Facebook groups.
That's true. I haven't seen any column arrays on there. You always see people with the trussing
Yeah,
like overhead and then like
I
everything
hate that.
wired down like coming down behind their back or something.
Yeah, I hate like I see why they do it, but I hate that trust thingy, like
Yeah,
the little arc
yeah.
thingy.
The
I
the
I hate that. That's why when I had the chance to purchase the Rockville totems, I was like, I'm buying this because it's just I don't know. I think it just looks nicer than like the big
yeah
thing like on top of my head, and then you can't hide it because all the cables are like wrapped around the
yeah.
metal and like
Yeah,
uh,
that's like an
I
old
don't like
older fashioned type of thing,
yeah.
and like people that with older lighting and stuff like that. But since we're talking about it's off topic a little bit, but what do you think about like you like for totems? Like, what do you think of those gravity stands? Like like people are putting the lights and movers like on top of the gravity stands, and it's just like a
Yeah,
pole.
uh,
So what do you think about those?
I don't know. I don't know.
Like
Like
you don't like the look, or you don't like the
yeah, I don't like the look. Like simplicity wise, it's much simpler than the Rockville totems for sure.
yeah. It's
But
easy to
like
transport.
set up and easy to transport. Yes, but just the look of it, like it's just it's like it's like you
Like a
have
stick.
like bro, it's like lollipops.
Yeah.
Like you have lollipops.
Yeah,
How
totems. Yeah, I think
like
aesthetics wise.
Don't
I'm
get
thinking because I don't have totems or a stand. I don't have any stands or anything. So I was like thinking about options of that, and I've seen people using that. Sometimes I think it looks nice, but other times I see it look like crooked and stuff. Like it's not straight up, and then it
and you know
looks
what? Sometimes there's like kids around whatever. What if they one bumps into like the little stick?
the totem.
Even though even though like the totems are
Yeah,
it's harder to tip over
that's
because
true.
there's two, and
Yeah,
then it will just go like this. But like that, one hard push and that thing is gone.
yeah. Or like if a kid is like swinging on it, like
Oh,
tries to
yeah,
swing on it like a pole or something.
oh, yeah, like a stripper. Like
It's trying
look.
bro, that's just, and the moving head will come crashing down on their head.
Yeah, there goes the moving head.
Yeah,
So I
that's
think
true.
like, look wise, I like the totems better.
Yeah,
Now on the aspect of like transportation wise, obviously the gravity stands are better because it's less heavier,
yeah,
less time to set up, and it's just like it's just a stick. But again, it
yeah,
just depends on people. Like I will use a gravity stand if I use a monogram for like
yeah. Like a
the
projector.
episode, yeah, the Epson, whatever, the
Yeah,
projectors.
yeah. For
For
that,
that,
it's
for
nice.
that I'll use it. I'll rather use that than building another rogue totem.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah,
Or
so
I was
that
thinking about it. I was thinking about it like, okay, so usually you have the totems like in the front by your speakers, right?
yes,
But let's say you wanted to set up like a wash on the stage or a wash on the dance floor on the other side, like on the other side of the dance floor. So you're
uh,
over here and you want lighting over here shooting like towards the people. I was like, if you had gravity stands like in the back of the venue or something, and you had like up lights or wash lights, like you could have them like pointing down, kind of just as just giving like a spotlight kind of a thing. I was thinking of them for something like that. I've seen DJs using it for stuff like that. Or actually, no, Solstice. Have you seen Solstice's the way he sets up his lights? Sometimes he has like basically up lights, and he has it just like pointing at the dance
but
floor, and then they like
yeah,
it does kind of a spotlight effect, but like without moving heads. So I was like thinking about gravity stands for something like that maybe in the future.
again, if as long as like whatever you're trying to do makes sense to you, and the gravity stands are gonna do the job for it, then yeah. And also, space wise, gravity stands are much easier to fit anywhere, like in a corner,
Yeah, you can just that's the thing.
because it
You can
looks like a
pop them up
lamp.
somewhere.
Or looks like a lamp,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah, as opposed to
Yeah, I
the
think they're a
regular
little
totems.
different because totems definitely you can uplight them too, so it looks cool
Yeah,
when you like put the lights in them
yeah,
and then
that's
they're
another
moving
thing.
around.
You can
But
uplight a totem. You can't uplight
yeah,
a
you can uplight the gravity stands too.
right.
So yeah,
And
but no,
then
I've just seen them becoming more popular on YouTube. Like a lot of people are using them, so I was like,
and
thought
they're more expensive too. There's they're more
yeah,
expensive
I don't,
than
I don't know how much the rock bills, but these I think they're like they're like $300 each. The gravity stands,
well
two
the
fifty to
Rogue
three
totems
hundred.
too for 400 or 450 I think
Oh, nice,
for the
nice.
Rogue totems, yeah. And then now that they have the RTG Go
Yeah,
whatever,
the Go, the
like
smaller one.
it's a little easier to set up because
Yeah,
the ones that I have are the ones that you have to screw in. This one's are like the screws already there, so you just gotta like put the thing and just close it. The ones
yeah,
I have you have to screw in, so it takes a little longer to get it into the hole. But besides that, it's I think like I personal opinion, I like the totems better, just like Smiley. I
yeah,
like
yeah.
totems better. But
Uh,
everyone has their own use and their
yeah,
own likings.
yeah. I think they're good for they have a different usage probably.
Mm-hmm. That's
Um,
really important.
all right, so
Um,
then back for our original topic. What do you think about this? So, like you see, like there's some DJs out there, right? That you're like, oh, like this guy is like next level. Like there's like levels to this, right? And I feel like some people like that are like, DJ Bar, Nick Spinelli, I think is also like, put like next level. All those guys like with the SC, guys, Jason Janai, they're like doing things like big events, big productions. Like I don't know, if you consider other people on YouTube, like the top DJs, like what do you think separates those guys from like people that are more starting out?
to me, at this point, it's just like the effects they do. That's
Like the
one
like
big thing. One
mm,
big thing is the effects. Like for
special
example,
effects?
yeah, the special effect. But one thing that uh, that separates. like sources from everybody else is the lighting that he does. Like his light
Yeah,
show
he does
is
a lighting. Yeah,
yeah, his light show is crazy. Now, Jason Jenna, I feel like he's more into like he's more into like a corporate type of guy.
yeah, he's
You
more
know,
businessman, but he's
more
still
business.
like, like he doesn't show much about like his skills and stuff like that. But it's like Nick Spinelli works for him. Like he works in his group, and like Nick Spinelli is like
Hmm.
such a big name himself. So
It's,
it's
it,
like,
it's also because Nick's like he's crazy, he's funny. Like
yeah,
that's also like your aura.
your
It's
personality.
your personality calls
Yeah.
too. So
I
that's
think so. That's it. I think social media is a big aspect of it, right? So it's like,
yeah.
what does your social media look like, and like obviously how many followers and stuff, but like how big is like your true social media following? Like how big are you on social media? And then like your personality, and I think that kind of goes in with like emceeing too, like your personality that comes through like at your events as well. So it's like, all right, we want like this type of a vibe, like a clubby vibe, or like a cool, like I don't know, like really like over dramatic, like overhyped, like super hyped person type of vibe. It's like if you want that, then you're not gonna hire like some old guy. That if you want like that hype, like club type of DJ feel.
Yeah.
It's like, so I think like that your personality, your social media presence, and then yeah, like special effects. But it's like anyone can buy the special effects. But it's like um I really think that's when like the social media, and then like your personality slash like what are you putting out there for like the types of events that you do.
Yeah, and I feel like also is that a lot of the research that they do, it's crazy. Like the research and all the time that they put into like YouTube and their videos, the quality of their videos and all that, like it's just
Yeah, it's different.
crazy. So
Sosa's
that helps
technique
too to grow.
Sosa's technique is different, really dope. His wedding music choice, yeah. Yeah, that's true too. Like he plays. Yeah, that's true. That's the other thing is like it's the type of music that you're playing, and the type of music that you're showing that you're playing too. That then appeals to a certain crowd.
Yeah, so he's really big on like EDM. So like majority of the tracks that he has, they're like edit versions
Yeah,
and like
EDM version.
EDM versions.
But
Yeah,
then it's like the people that the couples that like that then look for him. Then
exactly.
it's like it's also like, what that's like, what's your niche, kind of. And then it's like people that really love EDM stuff, then they're gonna look for that. But it's like, somebody's looking for, obviously there's a lot of people that like don't like, I don't like EDM personally, like it's not my thing. So it's like if I were looking for a DJ, I wouldn't look for that. But if you're putting that out there, that like this is what I do, this is what I'm an expert on, and then every time people are looking up videos on social media, it's like your stuff is coming up, then they're gonna want to hire you.
Yeah, exactly. So it's again, it's like it comes back to the social media and the things that you show, and how
Yeah,
you perpetrate yourself to the world through social
yeah,
media. So that's again, that's huge, it's big. You need to be constant in social media to be able to get to that level. At least in YouTube, uh, social media is huge because everything you post all everything in social media, and then people will just go to YouTube to check it out because like the clips that they use are like catchy. Oh,
yeah.
like you see like Bar when he used the sparklers with like the spinning thing,
Oh
the
yeah, yeah,
sparklers. Like you see a clip of that in Instagram, your asses wanna go to YouTube and look at it like, oh, what? Let me see what happened. Like so
yeah,
things like that are cool. But yeah, so Sosa's his I want to say he's one of the different ones. Like you
yeah,
won't,
yeah. Nobody does EDM like that that
yeah,
I see.
and the way he like plays his music and stuff, it's pretty cool. Like I I watch his videos all the time. I like his stuff. And
Yeah,
he's always like, hey, like his equipment is crazy too, like the RCF that he has.
yeah.
Um,
But it's like that stuff. Like the clients aren't really
they
gonna
don't
know.
really care
Like,
about
oh,
it.
like this speaker is a
Yeah, yeah,
speaker. But it's like what are the things that like clients like see, that it's like, all right, these guys are top, and then it's like but they make them think like, okay, but this guy is mid.
yeah. Presentation
Yeah.
overall. That's your
I
presentation.
think that's the thing. I think that comes with like social media too, because it's like it's how you capture, how you angle things, what the
Yeah,
quality is. Like what your content looks like is part of your presentation too, you know. So
Yeah. So like to wrap the whole thing up is basically like the presentation overall, social media and like
yeah,
social media and on your events.
the marketing, yeah,
Yeah, you also gotta be able to like do the marketing part, the branding. So like
yeah,
all those two come together too,
yeah, it's hard.
and you can level up like that too. But again, you can be so good at social media, you can be good at promoting yourself, you can be so good, but if you can't read the room, your
Right,
events
right.
are not gonna be your events are not gonna be as good
Yeah,
as all
that's
the crowd that you're talking. It's
that's the
basically
beginning for
yeah.
sure.
There's no substance.
What I found interesting, obviously, you know, I made that gig log for the first time, and that's also the reason I've kind of focused more on emceeing is because I started like reflecting, and I was like, you know, the events where I got the most people like asking me for my information and like referring me, and I get the most referrals from events, is the ones where I'm like the most like putting myself out there, like interacting with the crowd and like emceeing the most, and people like, I don't know, hear my voice the most for some reason is what comes to come what came to mind for me was because like, yeah, obviously I DJ like everything, and it's like, but I can imagine like for a guest, it's like, okay, like, yeah, you know, you DJ, you know, like DJing skill wise, like how much better am I than the next guy? Like, you know, there's probably not much of a difference. Like even if we consider the top guys versus us, like how much DJing skill wise, you know, a difference is there. But then when you put your personality into it, when it's like they think like, oh, I remember that guy, he was cool, or I liked, like, you know, he had a cool vibe, you know, like that stuff then makes stands out more, like, you know, to like, oh, like who was that guy, like he was really cool. So that's why I feel like for me it's like I'm starting to place more of an emphasis on like emceeing and like how I'm coming across to the crowd, because I feel like that sticks in their mind a lot more than what I thought was. Like, it wasn't like just like, okay, like if you DJ really well, then like everyone's gonna want you. But it's like, you know, DJing skill wise, I don't know how much different I am than other people. So that's why I think like that and that's kind of goes in with like what I was saying before with the personality, like your personality. Like you have to like kind of like your personality show a little bit more at your events, and then that will help differentiate you as well.
Sometimes it's just how you project yourself too. Like
Yeah.
the MCing part. Uh, if you are able to click with the crowd, you're golden.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and the event that you did, I watched it and it was cool. Like I like the way you like were
Yeah.
announcing
Thanks.
yourself, you're doing your thing. I really liked it. The only thing that I would say is it would have been cool like to do that double camera like I did. Remember on the event
Oh yeah.
that you can see me and then you can see Pee Wee. So something
Yeah.
like that, so we can see you like talking on the microphone and then seeing like the crowd because we were only seeing the crowd. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like
Well,
recording you
I
would
don't
be
got
cool
the
too.
production skills. I got to invest in myself to do that. I need two cameras right now. I only have one, my iPhone right now.
Oh, okay. Well, but like next time. But I'm just saying, and like I don't know, an iPad or something. But
Yeah.
my point is like your gig was cool. The only thing is like you only see the crowd. Well,
Yeah.
you and nothing was happening. Like so, at least if like they were dancing, because you were doing presentations, so
Yeah.
obviously no
Yeah.
one is gonna dance.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but we can see you, and then or at least just you while you're talking, and then like
Then switch it
so yeah, and then switch it,
during
and
the dance floor.
I guess it'll be like a little more like calling, like like more
Yeah. Yeah.
attractive.
Yeah.
But I
No, that's a
mean,
good point.
the way you did it was like the way you
Yeah,
MC it.
I want to buy that 360 camera. That's one of the things I was thinking about buying next.
Do it and tell me how it goes because I was looking into doing it too.
Well, now I'm waiting for an upgrade, so
Okay,
that's why I haven't bought it. But we'll see, we'll see. But anyways, let's see what Smiley said. Definitely, I did a house party for baptism last year, and one of that particular community realtor was there. She called me this week. Yeah, nice. Yeah, dude, that's the thing. Like word of mouth is so big, and it's, you know, whatever it was, you just never know who's at house parties. Community people like got bank. Yeah, nice. So I'm put my 360. Definitely, like word of mouth is so big, and then you don't know. Like I don't know. Like when you guys reflect on it, it's like what do you think it was like about what you did? that got you that gig? You know, was it like just the music you played, or was it like the hype and the energy that you brought? You know, you do it with Pee Wee, Diego. So a lot of times it's like, I don't know, like it might be a combination of both. It's like your DJing skills, but also Pee Wee's MC skills might be like, oh, like this duo is really cool. Like they're chill guys. So it's
Yeah.
like, what do you think is the thing that gets people to refer you and to talk about you?
So in my experience, majority of the time, I want to like when they come up to us, the first thing they do is like, "Yo, great music. Thank you so much, man. You made me dance the whole night." And then they
Yeah,
go to people like, "Hey, man, you did awesome too. Like
yeah,
amazing." So I think that Pee-wee and I have this connection that we complement each other.
yeah.
Me projecting music, and he with his like the MCing and the
The
hyping.
hype, yeah.
Yeah. So um, I couldn't say. I think it's a 50-50. I
Yeah,
don't.
so I
I
mean
don't.
I think that's important because it's also like, that emceeing, as us as DJs, right? We're DJs talking right now, so it's like the personality aspect, and Smiley said it at the beginning, is like the hype that you bring.
Mhm. Yeah.
And it's like, obviously, if the music's not right, it doesn't matter. Then the MC is screwed if your music sucks. But
Yeah.
it's like, once you have, at least you got that basic, right? Then we're talking about next steps. It's like that hype that you bring, your personality coming through the mic, I
Yeah.
think is a huge factor for what's gonna make somebody think of you and then come back to you and say like, "Oh, this is a good guy," like, to their friends.
Yeah, and of course, like I've gotten gigs, and just because the people that call me is like, hey, we were at your event this day, and you guys had everyone in the dance floor. You guys were so much fun, but so they always
Yeah,
say you guys.
yeah,
So
yeah,
again, I think that people now we complement each other. So like we know each other so well. Like we've been
yeah,
knowing us since he was 7, so I was like 10. So we're
yeah,
so since young, and we know each other. Like our chemistry is really 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 good. So uh, there is no good or like you know
yeah. The music and hyping up. So yeah, I think it's definitely important. And then because we're DJs, we just think about music. It's like, sometimes I think we forget the importance of, like, the mic and the emceeing part of it. And not even just like how you coordinate the day. It's just like how your personality comes out through the mic. Yeah,
and yeah, that what as Miley said right there, it's pretty much on the point because it doesn't matter really what setup you have. It could be the most basic one, or it could
yeah.
be
People
like
don't
your
care.
higher
People
end.
don't care.
But if you have your screen like all dirty or like ripped or whatever, and then your cable management is horrible, that kills your whole setup, whether it's a simple or it's like a high end setup. You know what I'm saying? So imagine me if I have my Maui's right there, like right here, like my mouse are here,
Yeah,
and then I have all the cables like everywhere. Like it'll look horrible. Like they won't even look
yeah.
at the Maui's; they'll look behind it because that's what calls the attention, like the messiness. So it's very important
Yeah,
to keep it
and I
clean.
think I think column arrays. It's like, okay, like even if you have speakers and you put it really clean, it's like you still have wires, and you could, if you go on an angle, you could still see the wires. Like no
Yeah,
matter what you do to hide it, it's like. But when you have the column arrays, it's just like a brick, like,
yeah,
straight up.
it's
There's
just one
no, you
thing.
don't even have to worry about putting a cable or hiding a cable back there.
Yeah, no,
So no
because
matter
every cable's in the bottom, like on the
yeah,
sub and the
no
bottom. So
matter no
you have
matter
to worry
how
about
good cable management you do, you're not gonna beat the look, like look wise to a client. You're not gonna beat the look of a
it.
column array, no matter how good your cables look.
And that's another reason why when I using my setups, I put like the Maui's here, like I put them here, and then my totems inside, because
Mm.
when I
Oh,
do
the
the
cables.
when I
Yeah,
run the cables, it covers half of that, so you can only see like little gaps, and
yeah,
that those gaps are taped up, so you can't
yeah,
see like literally like you don't see cables like
yeah, man. I need
anywhere.
to, I need to get some freaking column arrays, man. At least a set. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know if I'll be able to get the LD, but I mean the Maui's, but
But you know what? The
oh
one that is good, at least for you, because I know that you don't like carrying stuff and shit. The Evox 12 because they have wheels.
Yeah,
So
yeah, they have wheels.
those would be great for you because you can just roll them in.
Yeah, I
Uh,
feel like they're gonna upgrade those though. You know, I feel like they've been out sort of so long, like it's been like 6 years or something, like crazy, like maybe even longer than that. So I think there'll be an upgrade. But look, we got a new guest, Al. Or no, has Al been here before? Maybe.
yeah, he's in
What?
here. He's in
Oh yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, Massachusetts. Yeah, what's up,
Guevara,
Al?
Guevara. How you doing, my
Man,
man?
we got East Coast. Everybody's East Coast in the house. Bro, we thought when we moved to 9 o'clock that we were gonna get more West Coast people. We still got all the East Coast people up late
Yeah,
joining us.
but
That's
it's
awesome.
so
Now we
good.
were just
So,
talking about what makes
you,
professionalism. And you know what's
yo,
interesting is we haven't even brought up, right? Like one of the things we talk about so much is lighting, but we haven't
uh,
even brought up lighting in terms of professionalism. And I think because at the end of the day, it's like
that
nobody
falls under
cares.
equipment. Nobody
Yeah,
cares.
it doesn't matter. Like it really doesn't matter for your professionalism. Like
No,
clients, like they're not like, oh, this guy's lighting and this guy's this. It's like yes, maybe okay, like maybe like way up like down the
yeah,
line,
high.
but it's like that stuff doesn't even matter. We haven't even talked about like any type of equipment, other than how it looks, like the cleanliness and the aesthetic of it. We've talked about, but not any like
Yeah,
specific type
because
of thing.
that's the cleanliness is should be non-negotiable. Your
Yeah,
setup, no matter what it is, you could have the freaking Costco speakers, the one with the
the
lights on,
ions,
the ions. It doesn't matter. As long
bro.
as
That was
your
my
setup
speaker.
is clean, you're good. So
Yep.
like DJs don't go for like the most expensive thing or the newest thing. That it doesn't matter. That really doesn't matter. Setup the setup, it's
Just
important if you
clean.
keep it clean. That's the
Yeah,
most important part of it. And
clean, neat, and it's
eye
got to
catcher.
work.
Yeah, it's an eye catcher. That's the first thing that when people walk in, they see the DJ there with like whatever equipment they have, but it's clean, it's nice. And you're gonna get like, oh, like wow, or like whatever. But if you got like cables everywhere and like oh man, like a hot mess, like you're gonna be overlooked.
Yeah,
And then that's first impressions are huge. If you
yeah,
make a good impression, even with the first song that you play, bro, even with the first song that you drop on the dance floor, some people can tell, okay, this is gonna be like a lit party, or they're
yeah.
like, oh man, this guy don't know nothing, like I don't know what he's doing. So, and that part, I think that it's very important because it comes with looking at people, reading the crowd during dinner, during cocktail hour, during the ceremony. Because even ceremony, if you play the right music, you're gonna see what people are gonna be like, like doing this joint or like
Yeah,
singing along or whatever. So those things, there's things that we have to keep in mind, and we have to keep that in consideration once the party starts. You know what people are your go-tos. You always gotta have someone to go to. If you have someone to go to and they can break the ice, you're set. You're done. Like a plant. You know how they say like you DJs take plants or like
oh
people
yeah,
that
yeah,
are called plants. Yeah, so
yeah.
something like that. You gotta find your own
Create
your
your
plant.
own.
Yes. So he
Yeah.
always said my wife went to a friend wedding. The DJ had like 10 speakers for a really small
Oh,
venue. Said that they could even talk during dinner. Music was just
yeah,
blasting the
bro.
whole time.
That's
See,
true.
to me, dinner it shouldn't your speakers should not be projecting so like such a
Yeah,
high
it just
volume
sound like a
on dinner.
restaurant.
It's
It
dinner.
could be like music in the background.
Yeah, and then he said, I think knowing when to turn up the volume is part of it. Yes, yes. So we also got to understand when people are eating, they want to talk, they want to conversate, they want to have a conversation with their significant others or their friends that haven't seen for a while. On a wedding, there's gonna be people from other states coming back. They haven't seen each other for a minute.
It's not
So
about your
you know,
show. Like you're
yeah,
not.
for the
No one.
break. So you don't want the music to be loud. Maybe turn down your subs to like I want to say like 9 o'clock instead of having it at 12. Turn it down to 9 o'clock because you don't want the boom boom. We don't need that. You're basically at this point your background music, but your music still have to be like cool, upbeat, and according to obviously what the client wants because you want to see who are the people that are gonna be dancing, and those are the people that you have to go at once the party
Yeah.
starts. So Yeah, man. There's so many things.
No, that was good. That was good. Yeah.
The
But yeah,
part
it's like
part
even
itself.
even when we're talking about leveling up, I think it's important that it's like we're not talking about what you're. Oh, here we go. Roka's your new speakers are nice. Cool T-shirt
Thank you, thank
that
you.
day. Pupusas. What?
Oh yeah, my wife brought that from Salvador, so I had to rock it.
So your DJ booth looks real nice. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. That's all shout out. That's all lavish booth, man. Lavish life DJ's Peck, man. That was all him. So he had a great idea. I just got to copy that and execute that. So
But thank you for
yeah,
noticing my
thanks for
speakers.
the
I
compliment.
appreciate
Bro. I
that. Yeah,
appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Yeah,
It,
yeah,
it it really warms my heart to get compliments like this. I love getting this compliments because we put so much into getting better. And when I say getting better, it includes everything. You as a DJ with like your beat mixing, your skills, and all of that transition, practicing every day, and and also growing your business with your setup. I started with my EVs, and now I have the 44 G2s, and like just looking back, how much you've grown. It's just it's amazing. And just thinking about like tell having a whole bunch of people telling you, bro, you crazy, you should don't do this, blah blah. And seeing how far you gone, like it's amazing. It's really really cool. And this is why Shay and I decided to open this podcast, because we wanted to share our experiences with new people, new DJs coming up. And you're always gonna have those type of people that tell you, "Hey, don't do it. It's not the right thing." If you love music, you love what you do as a DJ. You are in the right spot. You're doing the right thing. Just make sure that it's never about the money. Money is important. Don't get me wrong, but this should be because you love it, not because of money. So yeah,
next time
uh,
we'll get a full time DJ on and then see we'll do a battle. We'll see what they have to say about the money part when that's your only job. But we're
well,
lucky, man. I think that's what, like we get to do it as a as a second job, and then we don't have to do it where the money is like for some people it's like, oh, if they're not getting paid, how are they going to feed their families and this and that.
yeah,
So I think this is the best way, and that's why it keeps it like a fun when it's like yeah, the money you get from it is great. It's great. You're so lucky to get paid from it, but it's not like I'm relying on this income to like run
yes,
my household. So that's I think being able to do it this way, we're also lucky that we don't have to like rely on this to be our full-time income.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't get me wrong though. Like I said, if you're a full time DJ, yes, you might, like this is your only income. It's even more important. But if you have like to be a DJ, to play music, to be knowledgeable on so much music, you have to love this.
Yeah,
Yes, it becomes a job. It becomes your everyday bread feeder and everything. But there has to be some type of passion and love for
yeah,
this
definitely.
craft.
It's not like, oh, the DJ business seems like a good business, I'm gonna go into it.
Yeah, it's not. It's not a. g-
It's not like that.
it's the worst. You lose so much time for you, like out of your family. Like the weekends are
Yeah,
gone and all of that. What did they say? What are
we're
they
talking
saying?
about business now. Okay, so yeah, associate with a friend that has a photo but hasn't rendered it out. So we're offering it. Yeah, nice. Yeah, this is where networking comes in. It's like you know someone like that, and then now you're turning it into a profit for yourself.
Yeah, easy money. Let's see.
And then
Oh, they
selling
were
myself upgrade the EV ETX or ELX. Yeah.
trying
Yeah,
to get.
check out Daryl Bennett just made a video like today, and he had the ETX line, ETX top and sub, and he was comparing it to RCF like column arrays, and he's like, it's way more loud. It's way louder than even the RCF Evox 12 column array system. So look,
So the only
he had
thing
good
that I
videos.
can say about that, Guevara, it really depends on the type of event and the venues that you're gonna be playing. If you're looking at mid and like high well, not high, like mid to big venues, then your ETX or even the ETX will be the best one. But if you play more for like small venues to mid, uh, E ELX are okay, but if I were you, and to get the best of both worlds between those two, I would just go for you can go for the EKX too. The EKXers are nice, and the only thing is that they're heavy. That's the only thing.
Yeah. I think they're wood. I don't know when they turn into wood, but that's when one of the lines becomes
E,
wooden, and then it becomes heavier. So
ETX and EKX, I think they're wood.
they're wood. Yeah. So
Yeah,
ELX is
ELX is plastic.
plastic.
Yeah, and
We
the
got the
ZLX.
ZLX. We got the beginner budget ZLXs.
Yeah, and
I'm looking at
they
three.
rock, bro.
Ooh, three
I'm
of my
looking
own
at
photo
my
booths.
own
Man, that'd
photo
be
booth
dope,
to
dude.
buy.
That'd be a
Well,
whole photo
yeah,
booth
that's another
business.
business. That's another business right there.
Yeah.
But is it like just regular photo booths or the 360s? Or are you trying to like have like different ones? Because
For drop offs, you probably just gotta do the regular one because with a 360, you need
well,
the attendant.
yeah, but you can just charge more and pay the attendant $150 for the three
Yeah,
hours, and then that's
yeah.
it. You know, you still make
It's
a
it's,
good
it's
profit.
more logistics involved with that.
Yeah. Or you can just like have yourself or your wife when if you don't DJ, go over
Yeah.
there and you can network. You're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I'm also
I'm
DJ.
DJ.
I'm
This is my side job, the 360 attendant. I'm actually a DJ.
Not a
Like,
bad idea. It's not a
like,
bad
bro,
idea.
if you're a DJ, shouldn't you be booked right now? Then why are you here?
Because you know this came before, so I took it. But yeah,
All right, looks like we're overtime now.
all right.
That
Yes,
was a
guys.
good topic today, though.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys very much for popping up and all your comments. Like Miley, I'm still waiting for you to pop up and let us know, man. You wanna join the crowd?
Yeah, Smiley staying
Put a
anonymous.
face to
Smiley
your
staying
name, bro.
anonymous. Regular photo booth, yeah, 650. Oh, that's dope.
Example, they charge 650 for all day event. My wife
That'd be
can
sick.
go
650 is great.
650 for all day event. Damn, that's crazy.
650 is nice because you don't even if you're just dropping it off and picking it up, then you don't even not even there. That's like maybe 2 hours of your time at most, depending on how far it is. It's
But
$650.
it depends on it depends how far it is and like. But you also have to take in consideration like the hours. Like 650, you should be like 650 for like 4 hours. Like
Yeah, I don't know. I never thought about photo booth pricing, so I don't know how much is people. I feel like that's pretty on par from what I see online. Because I always see other DJs like photo booth is like $500, but that's when you do it with the rest of the package.
yeah, so that's how I have like my photo booth
Yeah.
when the 360. It's included in one of my package, and it's $500 for
Oh,
but not
okay.
for 3 hours, not for like the whole time. It's
Yeah.
only 3 hours.
700 to 1,000. Yeah. Dude, that's a good amount of
Seven.
money, man.
You know what? For like like let's say $100 an hour, so $800 for the whole day. Then I think it's more doable.
But I feel like if you have a photo booth, oh, Smiley's down next week.
All
Damn.
right, Smiley, just finally.
Yo, tell them how to get on then.
Yeah. All right, Smiley. So just send me your email through chat or however you want to do it. Just send me
How
your
can you do
email,
it?
and then I'll go ahead and send you the link for next once we create for the next week. And Guevara, if you want to, let us know, man. We'll put you in. We'll put you one too. You can be in here, talk to us, and put a face to your name, man. Don't be a stranger.
You don't have to though. You can stay anonymous.
Oh yeah, yes, you can say
But
that.
we're inclusive. That's all it is. Thanks. Yeah. Anytime, man. All right. We'll catch you guys next week, and we'll catch Smiley next week too.
Oh yeah,
Maybe in person or in the chat. We'll see. But hopefully in person on well, not in person on a video.
yeah.
We'll have a
I'm ready.
special
I'm
guest
ready.
next week.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. Thank you very much, and I'll see you. We'll see you on the next one.
All right.
Peace.
See you next week.